Hello, hello, and welcome to another Toonkind at 12 FPS. Today we have a special one. Very impromptu, very fun. We are going in with Hobo Stew. And am Gabe slash Barnaby slash whatever muse name you wish to call me. And I will be playing the lovely, lovely Trance. And I'm here with my wonderful, wonderful co-host.
Hi, I'm Katie. You're also a wonderful co-host. I am playing my wonderful idiot Lore, uh, and I personally am entranced by Trance. I am
Oh,
very excited to meet them, and I stand by that pun.
you're so nice.
Well,
Okay.
thank you.
It's
So are
true.
you.
Ah,
What up? Moving on. Anyway.
moving on. Okay. So let's set up the scene a little bit. Let's give a little intro into what Lore sees when he makes
Mm.
his way makes his way through. Uh,
Lore, Lore has been chilling in the woods, cause like you do,
as you do.
as you do. Got a little campsite, chilling out, and he saw some things foraging that were interesting, goes to pick them, and ends up kind of tumbling down a hill. He's fine, but when he stops, he's kind of like, got it, fist pump.
Fist bump,
I can roll
holding it up in the air.
perception.
Roll perception.
Yeah, I
Uh,
can roll perception.
yes. Please roll
Let's see how
perception.
much my boy sees. Okay, think? No, okay. That's right, I'm back to this character.
You gotta
That
switch
has my
tabs.
bonuses.
New character sheet.
That's a nat one.
Oh my god.
Beautiful. He's too focused on this mushroom, whatever the hell it is. He knows what it is. He's fine. Don't worry about it.
It's fine. It's fine.
It's
There's just
fine.
okay. I'm gonna roll perception. I'm gonna say it's at advantage simply
Yes.
because
It's his camp.
it's for one thing it's Trance's camp, and also Laura is not being quiet. He is not trying to be stealthy. So, and that's why I had the advantage because but Jesus parser. Okay. Okay. Uh, so it's gonna take actually it's gonna take a little bit because Trance is in the middle of chopping up firewood and he tends to get a little too focused. So there's the rhythmic clacking of wood on wood as he moves one piece from a small, kind of lazy pile that kind of got dumped there onto a larger log and uses his axe and just thunk chops it right in half. And he does that for a good
Mm.
good minute or so before he sees uh, that someone is in his camp, and he pauses and shifts to hold his axe somewhat defensively, just in case. Just in case. Hey, what are you doing here?
Lore pops his head up, sees the camp, sees stranger, and just holds up mushroom. Foraging. You? Setting up camp? Nice
Uh,
place.
thanks. How? Okay. Uh,
They're pretty deep in the woods.
they are very deep in the woods. Trance is trying very hard not to be easily spotted, so the fact that someone just appeared, little disconcerting, but after a moment he just sighs.
Lore gets that a lot.
Alright. Well, are you going to continue foraging, or what's your plan, bud?
Lore shrugs. I mean, I was gonna go back to my camp. It's just over yonder.
That way?
Yeah, that way.
Hmm.
Well, I think so. It should be close.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, I was gonna make a. He laughs. Just some sort of a hobo soup, I guess. Stew.
Oh, well, I have some rabbit that I caught earlier. If you want to share,
Oh, hell yeah.
I
That
mean,
sounds great. I have some, Laura opens up the backpack he has on his back. I have some other herbs and some root type veggies. I have some, it's not rabbit, but it's squirrel, some bird.
ooh, okay,
Yeah.
yeah. And I think I have like a packet of seasoning somewhere in my bag. I know I have one in
Oh,
there.
I got seasoning.
Nice.
Laura smiles and like pulls out a little container that
Hmm.
has bottles strapped together of some just basic spices and herbs.
Wow. Surprised those bottles don't break easy.
Eh, my my backpack's pretty good.
Good, good. All right. Well,
Laura stands up and brushes himself off and walks over to you and holds out a hand. Hi, I'm Lore.
Trance eyes it for a moment before taking it and shakes it. Trance.
Nice. Um, I guess full name is Lore McQuire Parif, but again, you can just call me Lore. And he smiles very sweetly.
Nice to meet you, Lore.
You also notice that this guy is your height, if not a little taller.
Trance gives the hand like one little squeeze before letting go. It's just, all right. Well, go ahead and grab your stuff, because it's gonna start getting dark soon. Don't want to
Oh,
trip back down the hill.
that's fair. Okay with me setting up camp with you?
Yeah, it's fine. Better to have two
Nice.
people than one.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
All
And
right.
he kind of skitters over the hill, and after like 20 minutes, he comes back. He
Yeah.
doesn't necessarily have anything in his hands, and he's like, it's in my bag. Just give me a second to set up." And you see him pull out a tent and other things from his bag and start setting up quite efficiently. And it's one of those. Do you know what a? I think it's a tea tent where it's taller.
Ooh, those are good.
Yeah, I he has one of those because he
Nice.
tall.
Cause he is tall. Yes.
He
Me-
tall.
Meanwhile, Trance is finished with the wood chopping. There's a somewhat decent pile. There's definitely some pieces that are more wet that he tucked to the side.
Laura just looks over. I got a tarp.
Oh, that'd be good. I don't think I'm gonna be staying here for much longer, but
Eh, just in case it rains. You never know.
yeah, good plan. I mean, I know I like to have my coffee in the morning.
Same. Oh man, I got some chicories too.
Ooh,
Yeah, you should try
nice.
it. It's really good. Lori walks over and secures the wood
Yeah, Trance
in the tarp.
finishes with the campfire. He starts setting that up. I'm gonna roll survival on that, and let's hope that
Hmm.
Parser likes me this time.
Yeah, I hope for you.
Yeah, campfire goes up and not no issue. It's a good cooking campfire.
Beautiful. Lori kind of walks over and with one of the flat pieces of wood and puts it on his lap. And again, reaches into his backpack and pulls out one of those flexible cutting boards and is like, I can chop stuff up if you want.
That help. That help. And he'll pass a couple.
Nice.
He'll pass like some of the rabbit that he caught, as well as some like root vegetables that he's had bouncing around in there for a bit.
Nice. Laura absentmindedly twirls the knife and starts chopping it up like nobody's business and looks at Chance and is like, "Oh yeah, do you have any way you want to do this? Do you want to like do vegetables first? Do the meat? I guess meat and some of the vegetables for base crap like that."
I saved some of the bones, so we could do bones for stock, and then have the root vegetables with it to soften those, and then add the others later.
Sounds good.
All right.
Laura kind of smiles and holds out a fist bump.
Fist bump.
Nice. They're friends now.
They're friends now.
Man, that was easy. End of FPS.
End of FPS. They're friends now. It's all good.
They're friends now. That's all we wanted.
Yeah. Trance has a like he's got a big pot of water now, because you gotta have something to cook the soup in. And
Yeah.
there's
Oh,
some clean
I
bones that
love
end
it.
up tossed in, hooked over the fire.
Yeah, I um Laura chops up some of the darker meat, just not all of it, some of it to throw in there for flavor, as well as some of the other veggies. He's like, we can kind of blend those up later, but it'll be a good. Oh, right. And he's like, do you have any seasonings you don't like? And he's got like salt, pepper, and let's say, well, what other things I like? I like tarragon. I have parsley. Just some pretty good array of spices. He likes spice.
I mean, I'm not terribly partial to rosemary, but
Oh yeah, no, rosemary and rabbit. It's
nah.
good, but maybe not.
Honestly, rosemary's just overpowering half the time.
Yeah, you just have to know the amount. Salt, pepper for now. Maybe some garlic, onion.
Yeah, garlic onion.
Yeah. He smiles and puts some in. Now it's the awkward wait time.
Now it's the
Lore
awkward
just
wait time.
Lore
Just
just kind of cleans up. There's probably a little stream nearby. Washes his hands off.
yeah, Trance takes the scraps and puts them actually digs like a hole a little ways away to like bury them in. It's
Nice.
some treat for some other animal, you know, if
Yeah.
they work for it.
Oh, I love it. They probably have a wash pit too. Or what is it called? Oh, I forget what it's called, but it's like where you where you pour your not great water and it filters some of the stuff out. Anyway, don't worry about
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah. Like like it's a decent setup because like Trance has been there for maybe 2 days, so it's not like I just put together.
hmm
It's not like hastily erected. It's a decent campsite. There's there actually isn't a tent. There's just Lore's tent that he set up. But there is a bedroll that's tucked over near a tree.
Laura kind of looks at the setup and looks around. He's like, I got room in my tent if you want, but I understand if you don't want to share.
Oh, uh, I'll be fine. I like sleeping under the stars.
No, that's fine. I also have a hammock.
Ooh,
You can borrow that.
yeah, sure. Yeah, I'll take you up on that.
Yeah,
Haven't been.
it's got a little roof over it, so in case it drizzles, you'll be fine.
Oh, you definitely are packed for camping.
He rubs the back of his neck and he's like, "Yeah, I uh I get lost a lot, so it's good to be able to literally set up camp somewhere."
Very smart. Very smart. I mean, we're really deep out, so I'm kind of surprised you even found my camp.
Well, he kind of chuckles to himself. At this point, you know that thing where people talk about the plot?
I've heard about it vaguely from a friend of mine.
Yeah, at this point I'm convinced, and he looks a little tired as he laughs.
It dragging him around.
Basically, yeah.
Hmm. Well,
Everywhere I go, I can't help but meet somebody who has a connection to somebody else I know, usually. Not always, but he thinks 90% of the time, if not more.
I mean that's actually pretty useful, I guess, knowing lots of people.
Yeah, well, I know them, yeah, but because of reasons I've been all over two main places of Einquell so far, and even that far apart, people know each other.
Hmm. Yeah, I was in Los Aluvia for a while, but before that I was traveling a fair bit, so there's a lot of it's a pretty big continent.
Yeah,
Lots of people.
I'm learning that. So Lori just kind of shuffles. He's like, I honestly have no idea what to talk about. We can sit in silence if you want, or I don't know, pick a topic.
Um, hmm. Actually, you said you've met a lot of people, right?
I think so, to an extent.
You know Jubilee Yukon?
Laura laughs heartily, like you have told something really funny. And he's like, I actually just met him the other day.
Really?
Yeah,
Huh.
that's hilarious. See, he gestures. This is what I'm talking about, the plot.
Yeah, yeah, makes sense. I mean, I don't know
Yeah.
where mine is trying to push me in particular, but
Well, hopefully somewhere good.
here's hoping.
Mm.
But
Lore
it
takes a seat around the fire,
yeah.
just to clarify that. Lore kind of smiles and says, uh, he it took some convincing for a little bit. He was a little embarrassed, but we got to go to one of his concerts. It was really good.
Yeah, sometimes he'd play on the roof of where I worked in Los Aluvia, so
Oh,
he's
is it that? Are you? Is it that? Lore snaps, trying to remember. He's like, is it that? Is it the gambling place?
yeah, the Sitting Duck Casino.
Yeah, he was talking about this person Ace there, his rival or something.
I Ace was my boss for a while, and
Lore laughs
oh
yeah.
man, you would
Uh,
not believe how many times.
hmm.
Ugh, just
Lore leans in conspiratorially. He's like, how well do you know Juby?
pretty well. He liked to take a lot of heists at the casino to try and, get his rival's attention. I'm pretty sure
Hmm.
they were just straight up flirting half the time.
Yeah, no, I am convinced. I am
No,
convinced rivals to
genuinely.
lover
It
arc.
absolutely I
Oh, I was with do you know his little brother? Leo.
I think I might have heard of Leo.
Yeah. Well, they
Maybe.
know my new found family sister, Minami, and we were all hanging out and we ended up teasing him about it. That's one of
Good.
the reasons he was flustered.
I won't lie, half the time it is almost nauseating because you can tell
Oh
Jubilee is
boy.
absolutely head over heels. And Ace is too, and neither of them are doing anything about it, and oh, it makes me want to shake him.
He isn't that heavy, so yeah.
It's I have done it several times. I worked as a guard, so I had to chase him down a fair bit. So he's
Lore smiles and says, "Yeah, he's as light as a feather."
yeah, I mean,
Insinuating bird joke.
I'm gonna insight because Trance doesn't know about the bird joke.
Lore assumes that's just a normal thing because nobody told him that it wasn't.
Oh, that's very good. It's just so Trance just kind of glances over and just kind of squints a bit and just like, I know in Juby sometimes. Wait, hang on. No, really?
Lore
Is
raises
he
an
really?
eyebrow. Is he really what?
Uh, I should have realized so long ago. This he used to have these stitches on the back of his coat.
Oh, the you didn't know about the wings?
Nah, I didn't want to push because
Ah, I thought okay, not well known.
no,
I'll
no.
remember that. He got flustered because I had a Leo picked him up and I stole him, and he got a little flustered, and I just noticed
Yeah, he well, from what I hear, that's a more recent reedition.
the wings.
Yeah, he
Huh.
didn't have them when we were running around the casino. I mean, believe me, I had scruffed him enough times, I would have noticed.
Huh. Well, that's interesting. Do you think it's one of those Toon redesign things?
Probably.
Huh. And you look at Lore, he is obviously a real kind.
Hmm.
You can roll insight if you want or something on this guy.
Or would it be perception?
Perception, yeah, either.
Yeah.
Perception is good.
It's the same stab, but I was making sure. Wow! Parser suddenly likes me? Okay. So what does Trance see?
Trance sees very tall young man, younger than him, probably late teens. You figure at least 18, considering out in the middle of the woods.
I
You really hope.
mean,
You really hope. You really hope.
you really hope, yeah.
Yeah. Um, he's got bright purple eyes, despite looking very, very, very human. And he seems really friendly and open. But you notice he's pretty strong, probably stronger than you potentially.
So, you
What's Trance's base strength score?
18.
Yeah, Laura's is 20, so definitely stronger than you.
Not by much.
Not by much, but you can tell.
It's noticeable.
Mm-hmm. Just
Trance
kind
takes a
of
moment to
thinking.
look over him. It's just you you've been traveling a while, huh?
Sort of about a month, I guess.
Month?
Yeah,
Hmm.
it's my birthday.
Oh. Well, happy late birthday, I guess.
Yeah, well, so I wasn't fishing for a compliment, just a good way of keeping track of time.
Yeah, no worries. Just it's the nice thing to say.
Well, thank you. And Laura smiles very happily.
Hmm. So, you're what? 18, 19?
18. Yeah, just turned 18.
All right. So you've
How
been
old are you?
I'm 25.
Oh, I don't know if I've ever met somebody your age.
I'm gonna take that as a compliment of my skill and longevity.
Yeah, well, I'm for context, I'm from a very small town, and
Uh,
I'm the oldest kid.
oh, ugh, rough.
Eh, everybody's like a little sibling.
Yeah, but then you gotta deal with all the old people.
Eh, they're interesting people. I don't mind so much, but I guess sometimes it was a little irksome.
Yeah. So, what are you doing out here on your own? 18, camping in the middle of nowhere, 1 month out from your birthday? That's either you had some sort of big calling or something happened.
Oh, well, Laura looks around and considers for a second. Well, I guess this is a different situation than normal. Um, Sorry, I've been working on not oversharing, culture shock, and all that. So
It's all
getting
good.
used to that. I'm cursed.
You're cursed.
Yeah, I'm cursed to be lost.
By what?
I have no idea.
Hmm. Well, one way to circumvent a curse is to find a blessing.
Oh, Lori laughs. No, we tried all of that. It doesn't work.
Hmm. That. Hmm. Okay. Well,
Laura kind of shrugs.
huh. Not, not gonna say, or not gonna lie, that blows.
Yeah, I'm not fond of it. And he kind of chews the inside of his cheek as he looks back at the fire.
One thing that you do have going for you is that you did have a full childhood, because some people don't get the whole 218 before something happens.
Yeah, no, I'm grateful for that. And he smiles happily.
Trance gives him a small nod. Okay. Why don't you give it a stir, see how it's going?
Yeah, will do. I think it's still gonna take some time, but it looks like it's starting to smell good.
Yeah. Mm. You can definitely smell the onion.
Yeah, I love onions. What brings you out to the woods? He smiles.
Uh, I don't care for teleport circles, so making my way towards Villestown.
Nice. I have no idea if you're close or not, but
Yeah. It,
are the teleportation circles uncomfortable?
yeah, they don't. I tried one once, a very long time ago, and it went kind of poorly. I think I was laid up for about a week afterwards because something about it just didn't sit right.
Or kind of shudders, and he's like, I will keep that in mind. I get motion sick really easily.
Yeah, it wasn't so much motion sickness. Eh, it's I I don't think anyone really knew quite what was up. Like hell, I'm going to the hospital over something as stupid as teleportation bullshit.
Yeah, Uncle seems to really love fucking people over.
Honestly, it's a little ridiculous sometimes.
I met a god the other day. Like, what the hell?
Which one?
Dead god?
Oh, I don't know that one.
Yeah, apparently they're not well known. So,
Hmm.
shrug. If you ever meet a chicken,
A, a chicken?
yeah, a chicken. They got little glasses. I don't know. You'll see it. You'll know when I see them. He just
Huh.
smiles.
Fair enough. I will have to keep an eye out then.
Yeah, look low. They're not tall. He
I
smiles.
mean, I usually have to look low anyways. People
Oh,
are
hand
either.
handshake. Judy was so upset when he met me. I
Oh, yes. He was
he has
so
a
unhappy. It's so funny.
yeah. Why?
He's used to being the tallest, I think, and it's it's just funny because now he has to look up to people, and he hates it.
I mean, I'm at his eye level, so Laura kind of laughs, being silly.
Yeah, I think once he's going to be insufferable if he gets to the point where he can fly. Absolutely insufferable.
All you gotta do is jump high, right?
I mean, unless he.
Land on the bird.
I'm. That might actually be. That's a good way to ground him, or snag like a leg.
Just work on your lassos.
Yeah, actually. And I'm gonna do something that I've been wanting to whip out for a bit.
Nah,
Uh,
is it a whip?
it is lightning lasso
Oh,
or
nice.
lightning lure, and he's gonna use that. He's going to use that against like one of the
Mhm.
nearby like tree branches. And what happens is it creates this this lash of lightning that wraps around the branch, and there's a cracking sound, like crackling, and then there's a snap, and then the tree branch yanks towards him, and he has. I'm actually gonna roll Dex to make sure he catches it, because if he doesn't, that'd be freaking hilarious. Okay, yeah, he
That's
catches
wild.
it,
Nice.
and
Sweet.
it's this tree branch that he holds up, and it dissipates after it's done, and there's just
The tree
scorch
branch
marks
or
wrapped
the
around.
lasso?
The lasso disappears once it's gone, once it's done, and the tree branch just has scorch marks everywhere it was wrapped around.
Laura just looks at that and smiles like, maybe get a different lasso.
Yeah, this one is well, this one's more for fighting, but
That one's Sparky.
yeah, I mean, it'd be funny if it got his hair fluffed up enough that it knocks his beanie off. That would be funny.
Oh, you think he has feathers?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh gosh, you can call him Bird Brain.
I'm gonna start doing that now, actually,
Don't,
because
don't, don't, don't. Laura like winces a little bit. Don't let him know I told you.
I won't. I won't. Snitches get stitches.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Yeah,
I don't want stitches.
they're not fun.
I don't think they would be, right?
They're not fun. They would not be fun. But yeah, he has a lot that he needs to tell me about next time I see him because
Apparently. Uh, Also give him a hug. I don't think he gets them a lot.
well, that was a given, but yeah, I'll keep that in mind.
Nice.
Like I rib on him a lot, but you know, he's a good guy.
Oh no,
He
he's a
cares.
good guy. But it looks like it's just so much fun to rib him. Probably because
Honestly.
probably because he dishes it out.
Yeah, it's actually fun when they can dish back.
It is. It is. I am confused by a lot of the things he says though, but I think that's just the cultural aspect again.
Probably.
Not
I
not from this continent. And Laura smiles.
Trance pauses for a moment, just holds out a fist to bump.
Laura bumps it. She's like, nice.
Yeah,
People keep asking if I'm from Faruma though, and I definitely know I'm not.
I don't think I even know where that is.
I honestly I can't recall myself. And Laura just kind of smiles, like
Hmm.
matter of factly, like maybe he could have one day, but he knows for a fact he won't be able to recall it now.
Yeah, yeah, that's rough. That's rough, but as long as we stick to Inkwell, it's a little easier to figure out where's where.
Yeah. Well, so far I haven't been able to leave it, so I think we'll be fine. Well, I'll be fine.
Yeah, I mean, even if you're, kind of stuck wandering for a while, it's better to wander around in one area than to find a second one, you know?
That's true.
You ain't
The
getting me
con-
to no secondary location plot.
He laughs like a little nervously, and he's like, "That's kind of already happened."
Oh,
I mean, it was with like a big plant horse thing, though.
what?
Yeah, there's like this like sunflower horse thing called Soul. They're really nice.
Huh.
If you have a hat though, be careful.
Does it eat your hat?
No, it'll take it.
Mm.
It likes to play with them. I ended up chasing the thing all over trying to get it back.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
It was fun though. You should have
Yeah.
seen its well, I guess it doesn't have a face, but it seemed very happy to be held. I don't think it was used to that.
Oh. Honestly, I feel like that's kind of a running theme. Kind of sucks.
Probably. Yeah, that thing's bigger than a draft horse. It's huge.
Hmm. I mean, with all the size variance, honestly, I'm not gonna lie. Just the sheer difference between tunes in everyday life, it's it's almost ridiculous just how you can go from everything and there's still I think I lost my train of thought, but
There's just so much of everything.
there's so much of everything all the time.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
It's like rule of funny is written all over everybody's face. There's just so much of everything.
Honestly. And Rule of Funny does help sometimes, but sometimes it can really not be fun at all. And he actually like rolls up like his sleeve to show like there's just this big splotchy bruise, just like So I got rule funnied, and uh, someone I was escorting to a safer place threw me against three people who were trying to ambush our site.
Ah,
And
you got helped.
yeah, and genuinely, I was trying to land on the tree branch above them, and it did not work. Just right into them, knocked them all out, which, you know,
Gosh.
kept things a lot easier. But he kind of pokes at it, it's just like, it's been like several days. It's still green.
Wow, dang.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like sometimes Rule of Funny can be a lot more painful than you think.
Laura kind of thinks for a second. He's like, how fast are bruises supposed to heal?
Um, yeah, honestly, I'm a slightly different case. I'm half toon, so they tend to stick around a lot longer for compared to a toon, but they're not as long as real kind.
Laura kind of fidgets with his hands and he's like, how long are they supposed to stick around for real kind?
It depends on how bad it is, because if it's like a very intense bruise, then it could take up to a week and a half if it's like really deep, but typically lighter ones take about 3 to 4 days.
Hmm. Laura
Why?
kind of thinks like he's looking into the fire. He's like, I just realizing I heal really fast.
Huh. Well, maybe it's something to help you bounce back from the whole, you know, being stuck wandering around thing.
Yeah, but even before that, but I guess I've had the curse like forever, but
Hmm.
just kind of thinking.
Yeah, it's definitely something to think on. I mean, some believe me, I would have killed for that when I was younger.
Really?
Yeah, lots of sparring practice, you know.
Oh. What do you do?
I currently work as a mercenary. I
Oh,
just kind of find contracts where I do.
yeah, hopefully you don't kill anybody too good.
I try not to. I
Yeah, that would be a bummer.
Yeah, some contracts end up uh sometimes you gotta double back and kill the contractor because they're a shit person.
Well, I mean, better them than a good person, right?
Yeah, you know, hey, they're gonna pay you anyways, so your money.
Yeah, your money.
People get really
Yeah.
weird about stuff like that here, though.
Yeah, I've noticed that. But like if look, I'm not saying like go out and kill everybody, but if there's like a if you have to choose between one bad guy who's going to kill 5 people or standing some moral ground and not killing and they kill them anyway, I don't see how that's better.
It's really not, because you saved 5 people by taking out the one. It's the needs of the many outweigh the few.
Yeah, and like everything's a case by case basis anyway. Like how are you able to constantly say I won't do this when you don't know what's going to happen?
Yeah, it's it's frustrating mainly because sometimes people will just stick to something for the whole time until something, big happens, and it's this big revelation of like, oh, I was wrong the whole time. But by that moment, there's been so much damage done.
Yeah,
There's you could, you know, you can try to
you could
fix things, but it
you
doesn't,
could try. Yeah,
change the past.
no, it doesn't. Like obviously we're not perfect, but that's something that's always kind of confused me so far. I guess it's part of the culture shock.
Yeah, it's well, I've learned that people prefer to knock out enemies rather than outright. finish them off.
Yeah. Well, I understand like sometimes it's good to keep them alive if you're able to, just so that you can question them later, or just so that they don't get out of something easily. Sometimes it's nice to see them just not be able to do what they want to. But if it's a life or death situation or a situation where everybody's better off if they're gone, then bye.
Yeah, it's definitely a balancing act for the most part. I've had some issues taking people in before for bounties, and the expectation is that, you know, alive, unharmed, the whole shebang, but at that point you might as well have called the cops. Because I'm not here to,
Yeah.
keep things
Do,
nice and sugar coated. I'm paid to do the dirty work that people don't want to do
do,
themselves.
do they not read the fine print of what a mercenary means?
Nope, half the time they don't. And then they get
Uh,
pissed at
I,
me.
I guess there's that whole toon thing in paperwork.
Yeah, I mean, half the time. There's actually been some times where I've physically gotten a contract, and it's just scribbles, just wiggly lines, and then a space for a name, and like the bare bones near where the signature is. And it's like, that is not a legally binding document. What are you doing?
Was it notarized?
No, it wasn't even notarized. It's like, what?
Well, then that's not a legally binding document if it's not notarized. What
And
the
of course I
hell?
didn't sign it, and they get, you know, pissed at me. And it's
Man,
just,
maybe
what?
maybe you should just draw up your own contracts.
At this point, like, I might have to once I actually get to where I'm going, because I'm hoping to
Yeah.
get to Happiest Place.
Oh, wait. One moment. And Laura digs through his pocket and pulls out a little card, and he's like, "If you write me a letter with my full name on it, for whatever reason, it always finds me.
Hmm,
I'm really good at drawing up contracts and whatnot. It was part of what I did when I lived at home. My family are printers.
really?
Yeah,
Wow,
thank
that's
you.
pretty cool.
Yeah, I like working with my hands. It's fun.
I
But
can
no, I could
tell.
probably thanks. I could probably draw up a quick contract for you that's easy enough for a tune to understand.
That would be helpful because
Mm-hmm. I'll put the definition of mercenary and then a sign here.
that sounds marvelous. Genuinely, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And
You're
and he'll
welcome.
he'll take the card and just, you know, tuck it in his hammer space.
Oh, really quick, so I can write you back. Is the name that you would receive a letter by Trance?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Just spelled normally.
Mhm. Yeah, it's
Perfect.
simple, one syllable, to the point.
Yeah. Here, and he hands you a little slip of paper and a pen. Can you write it for me?
Yeah. And he takes a moment and writes it out, and it's I'm actually gonna have you roll perception.
Hmm. Will do. Watch it be crappy. Never mind that 20.
Okay. As you watch him
Why
write,
this, Lore?
as you watch him write, you can see that he is physically making his handwriting look less clean and neat. He is physically making it look intentionally he's intentionally making it look sloppy, like he doesn't care. And it
Hmm.
would have been very hard to tell with just how he does write quickly. It's practiced, and it doesn't take long because his name isn't long. But like in those short seconds, you notice this is someone who has obviously had some higher form of education, who is actively seeming less intelligent than he is,
Hmm.
at least in the calligraphy department.
Yeah, you noticed that Lore's handwriting was very fancy and somehow perfectly even.
I mean, it makes sense. His family were printers.
Mm-hmm. He has proficiency in calligraphy, and I use that.
It's good. It's so good. So, Trance hands back
Mm.
the paper and pen.
Yeah, Laura opens up a little notebook, and you can roll perception if you want.
Ooh. Let me see my perception. +4. Oh, wow. Focused. They are. This is like handwriting observation duo.
Yeah, you he flips through pages and you see one page that says family, and you catch a few glimpses of some names that you're assuming are family, and one particular name has like a red little flower next to it, and then you see him flip to one that says friends and flip another page, and some of the names you catch on there are ones that you may remember. That has like the professor. It has someone named Seeker. It has someone named Amber. It has someone named like just some names, and then you see Juby's name, and right under it there's a little spot for another card, and he slips your name there.
Good way to keep that organized.
Thank you. I try to keep my I try to keep good records, and he smiles, closes the book, and puts it back into his bag. You did notice there was a name that intentionally had a cover over it so nobody could see it.
Hmm. Trance leans back on his hands after a moment. It's just. So, anywhere in the world, huh?
Hmm? He
Your
kind of looks at you.
your letters.
Uh, yeah, I think as long as I meet the person first.
Huh. That's pretty nifty, actually.
Yeah, I think it's kind of cool. I have no idea why it works.
Hmm. Well, there's all sorts of higher beings, technically. So, I don't know, maybe
Oh,
one
yeah,
decided that
maybe.
you need a little extra help staying in contact.
Well, it's very much appreciated. Otherwise, I don't know if I'd be able to talk to my folks or my siblings.
Yeah.
What were you before you were a mercenary?
Huh?
What were you before you were a mercenary?
A kid?
Lord kind of cocks his head, looking confused. Yeah?
Yeah, I was a kid.
Oh, yeah, but you you were hiding your handwriting.
I'm gonna roll deception.
Yeah, go for it. Should I roll? How do I contest?
Insight, I believe.
Insight. Oh, buddy. I don't think he's gonna. Maybe.
We'll see. Oh
Nah.
man.
Go, Lord. No bonuses.
Trance is leaning back and he just kind of shrugs his shoulders, just like, no, I'm not.
Well, you don't have to tell me. If you say so, I'll forget I saw anything.
Probably for best you do.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to pry. I didn't realize it was uh, my bad.
It's you're fine. Though, how's the soup coming?
I think it's strong enough to throw a few things in. Do you want to put more of the meat in?
Yes,
Nice.
because I don't know if this is gonna last overnight.
Laura laughs. Don't worry. I think we can both eat a lot.
Sure hope so, because I do not want to have to deal with bears again.
Oh.
Ugh.
Well, I mean, there's bears in the area? I haven't seen any yet.
Yeah, it was a couple days back, but
Oh, Laura seems to realize something. He's like, oh, okay.
yeah. Sometimes you space and forget to put things up in the tree.
Well, when I was hiking out here the other day, well, I woke up and I punched something, but it ran off. I think it was the bear.
You punched a bear?
I
And
mean, it startled me. Laura looks embarrassed.
Trance is slightly amazed. Just like, it didn't maul you?
I don't know. I no.
I mean, that 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 is genuinely impressive. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, is it that impressive? It's just a bear. All you got to do is
Bears
get
can
them on their
be,
snout really good.
yeah, but considering you had just woken up, like,
Uh,
that's somewhat impressive. And bears can
huh.
be mean.
I
I've
guess.
noticed the ones on this continent are definitely less aggressive, but
Hmm.
still, they can be, ugh, especially when they have cubs.
Oh yeah, the cubs. I
Yeah,
don't think this one had cubs. It wasn't. I didn't. I don't think. Mm, I don't think so. I hope not.
good, because it probably wasn't then it probably wasn't the one that was in my campsite, because that one had three, and I was
Oh
stuck up a
gosh.
tree for like, it was like 7 hours. My legs went numb at one point. Like,
Oh gosh.
yeah, so, I mean, it gave me a good excuse to hunt for fresh stuff, but still, not fun. They ate all my
Yeah.
apples.
Oh, that's just rude.
It's so rude.
Oh, freaking omnivores.
Like, just go bother some bees. Go for the
Go
honey.
bother. Go bother some bees.
Go bother
Yeah.
some bees.
Lord laughs. I think I think it's ready for my vegetables. What do you think?
Yeah, I think so. Bubbling
Nice.
nicely.
Hmm?
It's bubbling nicely.
Yeah. Laura kind of scrapes in more veggies, and he's like, "That should probably be about 10 minutes, right?"
Yeah, something like that. So, you said you had family, right? And that you were the oldest? Like,
Yeah, I'm the oldest of theirs and the oldest kid in my town.
hmm, how many siblings do you have?
Six little ones.
Wow.
I also got six parents.
Oh.
Laura nods very happily.
Hmm. I had three at one point. My dad remarried at one point.
Ah, hmm, that sounds complicated.
Yeah, well, I got my half sister out of it.
Oh, well, I hope you guys love each other.
We do. We do.
Are they safe? And Laura looks concerned.
I. She's safe. She's fine.
Okay, good. And he kind of sighs in relief.
Yeah, it's hard being the eldest sibling, you know?
I guess it can be. I I got lucky to grow up in the situation that I did. I say I have six parents, but I mean, I was the first kid born in Ordinal Point, so
Hmm.
everybody was kind of like my parent.
Takes a village, right?
It takes a village. Uh, definitely. Um, I mean, they made sure I didn't get lost uh, too often, so that helped.
Good. I mean, he said it was a really small place, so it sucked to get lost in there somehow.
Yeah, it's surrounded by mountains and lots of forests and rivers,
Ah,
and it's really pretty. We kind of have a natural little mesa
wow,
that's kind of built up on, surrounded by mountains.
that's nice.
Yeah, it's called oh shoot, I can't remember. And he looks a little disappointed.
Hmm. I can. I'll see about finding a map. Look around.
Uh,
You said real kind,
Lord
right?
laughs nervously. He's like, "Yeah, I don't think you'll find it, but real kind, yeah.
Hmm. I'll take a look.
Don't bother. After you meet me, you will never be able to find Ordinal.
Oh,
It's something
side.
to do with the curse. Nobody's allowed to help me find home.
I see. Side effect.
Yeah, sorry.
Nah, it doesn't affect me that much, but that blows for you. That sucks.
It does suck. It does." And he kind of looks upset, but
Yeah. But
smiling.
I mean, there are some bright sides to being able to travel around, at least.
Well, the curse makes it a little interesting because I'll be on one side of the continent, and then like 2 days later, I was just walking, and suddenly I'm in Toontown from Billstown. It's a little disorienting.
Yeah, that does sound very disorienting, but imagine the
I'm just,
views you get.
yeah, it's mainly just been those two places though, and I have no idea why. Maybe
Really?
because they're on opposite ends. Yeah, Lord
Possibly.
kind of shrugs. I He points up. The plot, I guess. I don't. He ruffles his hair.
Guess it's the plot. Well,
It's nice to just kind of put blame onto something, honestly.
yeah, it's really hard when you feel helpless.
Yeah, it's not a good feeling. And he kind of stares into the fire.
Trance also staring into the fire. Just a moment of quiet, and then Trance sits up properly and stretches out his shoulders, and there's some definite like kind of popping sounds, like little crunchy, little crunchy.
Laura pops his neck, kind of like because he thought of it.
Yeah, it's got to make sure you don't stay in one spot too long, otherwise you're gonna get crunched up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Laura kind of hmm, do I want to do this? Let me
I actually
let
have
me
to
roll.
go in a little bit.
Yeah, let me roll a D2. So I'll wrap up.
Okay,
Yeah, no, we're fine.
okay,
And Laura kind of looks up and he's like, I think the soup's done.
all right. Trance digs into his bag and pulls out like two decent sized like they look like they should be tin cups, but he passes one over and they feel almost wooden in texture.
Nice.
Yeah, definitely a bit of a splurge, but it saves you from burning your palms.
Oh no, definitely. This is awesome.
Plus, they look cheap enough that nobody thinks to take them.
That is good. And Laura kind of takes the ladle and uh, serves up Trance and then himself. Kind of blows on it and takes a sip. Hey, it's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, definitely one of the better hobo stews.
It helps when it's with a friend.
Yeah, really does.
Also because no offense, not to you at least. It's nice to meet someone who isn't is more familiar.
Yeah, it definitely some culture shock.
Handshake. Yeah. It's good to just talk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, guess that gives you a good reason to not be a stranger then, huh?
Yeah. It's yeah, I hope I meet you again.
Yeah, I'm sure you will. I'm all around
Hmm.
the continent, or at least I will be soon. So
Yeah. Well, that'll let me know if there's hmm if you think I will write you a letter about something um later or talk to you in the morning, but there's something that I'm interested in if you're willing to keep an eye out for, and I think you would hate them too. So
yeah,
let me know.
yeah.
Um,
Just
we don't have to get into it, but do you know what the tune trade is?
I've heard some of it. Yeah. I
I'm I'm not an idiot. I'm not going to do anything on my own, but there's a person I'm looking for who was taken by them.
mm,
Well, I hope taken and nothing else. I'm not sure, but either way, I know it's stupid. I have a little bit of a vendetta.
it's not stupid. It's not. But
I guess he
it's
laughs.
stupid
I
if you
guess
go alone.
yeah, I don't. I see what happens when people do things alone. I'm not used to doing things on my own. It's kind of why I don't know what to do with myself in this situation.
Well,
But and he smiles. Um, I guess what I meant is that it's a little cliche in Einquell to have a vendetta.
I mean, some people earn it. Some people just earn that against them. So dealing in stuff like that
Yeah.
will definitely make you many enemies.
Yeah.
So
Lore sticks out a hand to Trance.
Trance takes it and shakes it.
Well, if you ever need to kill a bastard, let me know because I won't blink twice.
Good. And if you need my help with something like that, do not hesitate.
Will
I will
do.
put up with the teleportation circle if I need to.
Well, if I get a hang of the scene transition thing, maybe I can find you.
Hmm. Yeah, we'll have to see if we can get that to work out then.
Yeah, because I do get motion sick, and Lord looks tired.
Yeah. Well, you don't have to go anywhere tonight, so
No, I'm excited for that, and
yeah,
yeah, I'll help you with that hammock after this.
sounds good.
Maybe we can play some cards later.
Ooh, you know poker?
Yeah. Oh, kind of. I'm more of a gin rummy person, but please teach me poker. I would love to somehow figure out how to play against Juby.
Oh, he cheats like a motherfucker. I will teach you how
Oh,
because
please teach me how.
you have to learn the initial rules before you learn how to bend them.
Oh, gosh, this is exciting. And Laura perks up, really excited.
Trance gives him a bright grin. Just,
Hmm.
we'll make you a master at it just yet.
Nice. And I'll show you how to play gin
Sounds
if you
good.
don't already know.
I don't think I don't think I've played that one, so
Yeah, it's good for it's good when you just want a conversation.
sounds good. All
And
right.
I think we pan out maybe
Yeah, I think we pan out to the two of them just kind of
chilling.
holding their soup mugs and chatting a bit. Just
Yeah, they do a little cheers with their soup mugs.
yeah, clink,
Click.
and we pan out, and I will,
Yeah,
and I'm going
morally
to
ambiguous.
yes, the morally ambiguous duo.
Hmm.
I mean, it can't all be
Yeah.
knockouts and goofs all the time.
I guess they're not morally ambiguous so much as other people are like, oh, gasp, and they're like, chill.
Basically, yeah. That's the gist of their whole thing. It's just yeah.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
we should
can't
probably
wait to
sign
play with you,
off.
Barnaby.
So good to play with you too, KT. We have to do this
All
again
right.
sometime.
Yes. All right. Bye, and thank you for everybody listening
Thank
now
you,
and in the
dear
future.
listeners, and we will see you in the next one. Bye
Bye.
bye.